just to give you guys a little bit of a warning. Now, unless you've been living under a rock, or especially if you watch shows like this, like Zach Milton Talks Live, I'm pretty sure you already know The Rock has been talking about a certain post-credit scene in Black Adam. This is kind of going to talk a little bit about that post-credit scene in Black Adam. So if you don't want to know anything about Black Adam's post-credit scene or Black Adam, just sign off for a little bit, or mute the computer a little bit. But or actually, there's going to be cards that you can read. So sign off for a little bit. Come back in a few minutes because we're going to talk a little bit about what happened in that post-credit scene. Okay? We're good? Okay. Perfect. So the Black Adam post-credit scene comes out. To no one's surprise, because The Rock has been telling us for weeks, Superman, Henry Cavill Superman comes in and confronts Black Adam. And we haven't really seen Henry Cavill Superman anywhere in the in the DCU for a while. Whenever Superman's on screen, ever since Shazam, he's had no face. They've always blocked it off. Even when at the end of Peacemaker, he's always just in the shadows, just hanging up in the sky. So it was very uncertain of Henry Cavill's fate with DC. And last week we talked a little bit about how there was a rumor, a development story of how they were wanting Warner Brothers to develop Man of Steel 2 with Henry Cavill, and that they're in active search for writers for that project. Well, it looks like that may actually have some legitimacy to it, because Henry Cavill himself has officially come out and announced his return as the Man of Steel. Here's what he had to say. This comes from Entertainment Weekly. I wanted to make it official that I am back as Superman, Cavill said in an Instagram video posted Monday, following Black Adam's opening weekend, which pretty soon to do that, but everyone who's going to see the movie has seen the movie at that point. The image you see on this post, which is the one I have right next to the text there, which looks great, is just a very small taste of things to come. There's a lot to be thankful for, and I'll get to that in time, but I wanted to thank you guys most of all for your support, your patience. I promise it will be rewarded. And that comes straight, that milk comes straight from the cow. That is Henry Cavill announcing he is back as Superman. Now, like I mentioned last week, guys, and my opinion hasn't changed drastically, but like I said last week, when it comes to Man of Steel, when it comes to Henry Cavill as Superman, I don't really have a large stake in the argument or in my opinion. I thought he was fine in Man of Steel. I said last week I could kind of take or leave him. I thought he was good in the role, but I wouldn't be heartbroken if he never came back and they found someone else. Well, I will say that when I saw Black Adam, when that post-credit scene came up and Henry Cavill came out and confronted Black Adam, I will say that when I saw Henry Cavill on screen, I didn't geek out. I didn't have a big applause, but I did have this feeling of this feels right. This feels appropriate to have this be the Superman that comes out. Like, this feels good. It's good to see him back. It's nice to know he's still around. And so the fact that they have officially announced, now that the old regime of Warner Brothers and DC, and The Rock even came out on his social media and said, yeah, we fought for years to get Superman, and every time the old regime at Warner Brothers said no, and we did not take no for an answer. We waited till Discovery bought them, kicked the old regime out, and then we got our permission to have Superman in the movie. They shot the post-credit scene for Black Adam only in September, which is crazy. So this fast tracked, this happened fast, and I'm happy to see Henry Cavill get another shot at this character. Like I said, I thought it was fine in Man of Steel, but I really want to see where his character goes now that he is Superman. He's had his origin story, his costume, which you can see in this quote here. It looks colorful. I love the curl they gave him on the hair. Classic Superman. Does this mean we could see Ben Affleck continue to be our Batman in the DCEU? Who knows? But things are definitely shaking up in DC, and we'll talk about that real soon. But the fact that Henry Cavill is coming back as Superman does make me feel good. What did you guys think of this news that Henry Cavill is officially back as Superman? We are probably most certainly now getting a Man of Steel 2. I hope they just call it Superman. He's no longer just Man of Steel. He has his identity. He is Superman. But what do you guys think? Comment down below. Let me know. I want to hear all your thoughts and opinions about this news, guys. And with that said, let's look at what you guys are saying.